Hey guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel Tech Begin. Last 2 weeks we learned about the C language and about data structures. And this week we are going to learn about another language named Python. Today we are going to learn about the introduction to Python and how we can install the Python and running the Python and some data types, operators and all. So let us start today's session. Introduction to Python. Python is a general purpose high level programming language. It is designed with code reliability in mind using significant identification. Dynamically typed, garbage collected, and supports multiple paradigms. What is Python? Python is a popular programming language. It was created by Guido van Rossum and released in the year 1991. It is generally used for web development like server side and software development and mathematics and system scripting. What can we do with Python? Python can be used on a server to create web applications. Python can be used alongside software to create workflows. Python can connect to database systems. It can also read and modify the files. Python can be used to handle big data and perform complex mathematics. Python can be used for rapid prototyping or for production ready software development. And why we only use Python? Python works on different platforms like Windows, Mac, Linux, Raspberry Pi, and etc. Python has a simple syntax similar to the English language. While comparing to the other languages, Python is the most easiest language. Python has syntax that allows developers to write programs with fewer lines than some other programming languages. As we all know, in C and data structures or C++ languages, we have to write a big code to run a simple program. In case of Python, we have only simple code with less number of lines. Python runs on an interpreter system, meaning that code can be executed as soon as it is written. This means that prototyping can be very quick. Python can be treated in a procedural way, an object oriented way, or a functional way. Large community abundant libraries and vast documentation is used in Python. The next slide is installing Python and IDEs. Let us see how the setup Python in our system will be used. We can directly download the latest version of Python from the official website. The latest version and the fastest version of Python in nowadays is Python 3. Before setting up IDE, we need to first install Python in your system. You can refer to this article the following step by step. Install Python for Windows. Installing Python on Windows will take some important steps. Step 1. Go to the Python official website, and then step 2. Choose the latest version of Python releases for Windows. Then step 3. After choosing the correct released version, click on the download Python. Then step 4. Click on install now and you can add python.exe path. Then step 5. After the installation completed, you will find Python is installed in your system. After a successful installation of Python, IDLE, that is Integrated Development and Learning Environment, will also be installed on our local computer alongside some of the packages. For simple programs, we can use IDLE. Python programs can also be written in a notepad and run from the command prompt. For this, follow the following steps. Step 1. Open the notepad. Then step 2. Write the code in it. Step 3. Save the file with the .py extension. Here py means Python. As we already know, for Java, for C we save it as .c, and for C++ we save it as .cpp. And in the same way, we save the file with .py extension in case of Python. Then step 4. Open the terminal or command prompt. Then step 5. For the type in the following command py filename.py. Then step 6. The output will be displayed. Then the next slide is your first Python program. Open any code editor or terminal, then type the following and run the file. We should type it as print, and in the braces we type hello world. This prints hello world. This verifies your Python installation and prints to the console. Now save the file with a .py extension, like example hello py or world py or simple.py, so that we give the name and .py extension for the file. Then if we run the code, it will show hello world. That is, in the print we gave hello world, and that's why it shows hello world. And if this executes, then we confirm that our Python installation is completed. Here we can see that for Python we gave just print hello world, that's it. But in the case of C, we give a lot of code, that is square curly braces, then void main, and then printf, and then scanf, and then get ch. So we should give all this for the output. But in the case of Python, there is no need of these square curly braces and all. We just give Python hello world, and it will show the output hello world. The next slide is basic syntax rules. The first one is Python indentation. Python uses white space indentation, usually 4 spaces, to define blocks. Indentations refers to the spaces at the beginning of a code line, where in other programming languages the indentation in code is for readability only. The indentation in Python is very important. Python uses indentation to indicate a block of code. Python will give you an error if you skip the indentation. The number of spaces is up to you as the programmer. The most common use is 4, but it has to be at least 1. We have to use the same number of spaces in the same block of code, otherwise Python will give you an error. And the next one is comments. Python has commenting capability for the purpose of in-code documentation. Comments start with a hashtag, and a Python will return the rest of the line as comment. And also we have 2 types of comments in Python. The first one is single line comment, the second one is multi-line comment. In the single line comment, we give as shown in the PPT, we will start the line with a hashtag, and then we will write the comment. That means what we are doing at that particular line, we will write it. And in the multi-line, we give either slashes 1 by 1, or else we can give 3 triple quotes. We can use triple quotes in the case of multi-line comment. Python is case sensitive. That means the name with a capital letter starting and the name with a small letter starting is totally different. Then the next slide is variables and data types. Variables do not need explicit declaration. In Python, variables are used to store data that can be referenced and manipulated during program execution. A variable is essentially a name that is assigned to a value. Unlike many other programming languages, Python variables do not require explicit declaration of type. The type of the variable is referred based on the value assigned. Variables act as placeholders for data. They allow us to store and reuse values in our program. Rules for naming variables. To use variables effectively, we must follow Python's naming rules. The first one is variable names can only contain letters, digits, and underscores. A variable name cannot start with a digit. Variable names are case sensitive. Avoid using Python keywords like if, else, for as variable names. Here is a valid example and an invalid example in the case of variables. In the first example, age is equals to 21, and for the color we gave underscore, and total score also we gave underscore. That means it doesn't contain any spaces. So it is a valid example. And with the second example, we gave one name equals to error. That means it started with a digit and it cannot start with a digit. And in the second one, class equals to 10, whereas class is a reserved keyword. We already discussed that we should not use any Python keywords. And also the third one is user hyphen name equals to do. We know that we can use underscore but not hyphen. So it is also an error. In programming, data type is an important concept. Variables can store data of different types, and different types can do different things. Python has the following data types built in by default in these categories. For the text type, we give the data type string, that is str. As you can see in the PPT, str is Python, so we can give the string for the type text. And for the numeric types, we can give int, float, complex. And for sequence types, we can give list, tuple. And for mapping type, we can give dictionary, that is dict, dict. And for the set types, we can give set and frozen set. And for the boolean types, we give bool, bool. Then how to get the data type? You can get the data type of any object by using the function type braces. So the function type gives the type of data type that we are given. And let us see some examples related to data types and also the programming code. Here is the example for integers. Integer, that is int, represents whole numbers. This value is represented by int class. It contains positive or negative whole numbers. In Python, there is no limit to how long an integer value can be. And here is the example. X is equals to 10, and we gave print x, and also we gave print type x. As we already discussed, the function type is used to print the data type of the value. That means here we gave 10, that is 10 is an integer, and hence it printed class 10. Here is another example, that is for float. This value is represented by the float class. It is a real number with the floating point representation. It is specified by a decimal point Optionally, the character e, small e or capital E followed by a positive or negative integer may be appended to specify scientific notation. Here is the example. We gave y is equals to 3.14 and we told that print y and also print type of 5. Here 3.14 is a decimal value, that is floating point representation, and hence it printed class float. The next one is complex numbers. A complex number is represented by a complex class. It is specified as real part plus imaginary part. For example, we gave here 2 plus 3j. Here 2 is a real number and imaginary part is 3j. And we told that print the value of z and also print the type of z. Here 2 plus 3j is a complex number and hence it printed class complex. And the next one is string. String is a sequence data type in Python. Python strings are arrays of bytes representing Unicode characters. In Python, there is no character data type Python. A character is a string of length 1. It is represented by str class. Strings in Python can be created using single quote, double quotes, or even triple quotes. We can access individual characters of a string using index. Here we used the variable message and we gave message is equals to hello Python. Hello Python is represented within the double quotes. And we told that print message and print type of message. Here message hello Python is printed and the type of message is a string, since we gave it in an double quotes, and so it printed string, that is str, class str. And the next one is boolean. Python data type with one of the two built-in values true or false. Boolean objects that are equal to true are truthy and those equal to false are falsy. However, non-Boolean objects can be evaluated in a Boolean context as well and determined to be true or false. It is denoted by class bool. Here we gave an example, that is valid is a variable and we store the value true in the variable is valid, and we ask the Python editor to print is valid and print type of is valid, and we have the value true in is valid, so true is printed and the type of is valid is bool since it contains true. And the next one is list. Lists are just like arrays declared in other languages, which is an ordered collection of data. It is very flexible as the items in a list do not need to be of the same type. Lists in Python can be created by just placing the sequence inside the square brackets. It represents an ordered mutable collection of items. Here we gave the variable numbers and we inserted in the square braces the values 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we told that print the numbers and also print the type of numbers. So here the numbers with braces will be printed and the type of numbers means it is in the form of list, so it printed class list. And the next one is tuple. Just like a list, a tuple is also an ordered collection of Python objects. The only difference between a tuple and a list is that tuples are immutable. and also they are ordered as same as list. Tuples cannot be modified after it is created. In Python, data types like tuples are created by placing a sequence of values separated by a comma with or without the use of the parenthesis for grouping the data sequence. Tuples can contain any number of elements and of any data types like strings, integers, lists, etc. Tuples can also be created with a single element, but it is a bit tricky. Having one element in the parenthesis is not sufficient. There must be a trailing comma to make it a tuple. Here, let us see the example. We gave coordinates as a variable and we gave the values 10, 20, and we told that print coordinates and print type coordinates. Here coordinates means 10, 20 will be printed, and type of coordinates means since it is a tuple, it will be printed as class tuple. And the next one is dictionary. The next one is dictionary. A dictionary in Python is a collection of data values used to store data values like a map. Unlike other Python data types that hold only a single value as an element, a dictionary holds a key value pair. Key value is provided in the dictionary to make it more optimized. Each key value pair in a dictionary is separated by a colon, whereas each key is separated by a comma. Values in a dictionary can be any data type and can be duplicated, whereas keys can't be repeated and must be immutable. The dictionary can also be created by the built-in function dict. Here, let us see an example. In this case, we gave the variable person and we gave the values name and age as keys and alias and 30 as values. So we told that print person and print type person. Here person means the key value pairs, that is name, alias, age, 30 will be printed, and the type person means here the type is dictionary and so it is printed as class dict. And the next one is set. In Python data types, set is an unordered collection of data types that is iteratable, mutable, and has no duplicate elements. The order of elements in a set is undefined, though it may consist of various elements. Sets can be created by using the built-in set function with an iteratable object or a sequence by placing the sequence inside curly braces separated by a comma. The type of elements in a set need not to be the same. Various mixed up data type values can also be passed to the set. And let us see the example. Here unique numbers is the variable and we gave the values 1, 2, 3, 2, 1 and we told that print unique numbers. And here it is an collection of unordered and unique items. Since only unique items will be printed, we gave print unique numbers and so it will be printed only 1, 2, 3 but not the last two digits, that is 2, 1, because both of the 2 and 1 are already repeated in the first case. And the type means it is a set and so it will be printed class set. And the last one is range. The range function returns a sequence of numbers starting from 0 by default and increments 1 by default and stops before the specified number. It contains the syntax like range and in the braces we have start, stop, comma, step. Here let us see an example. Here we gave the variable number range equals to range of 5. Here we gave the value 5. So it starts from 0 by default and stops until the before number 5. That is, it starts from 0 and it continues and it incremented by 1 until 4. That means we will get 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And the type of number range, here we gave the numbers and we asked for the range, and so it is a data type range. It will be printed class data type range. And the next slide is about input and output operations in Python. Input and output operations are fundamental to Python programming, allowing programs to interact with users and external data sources. Input. The input function is used to receive data from the user. It displays an optional prompt message to the user and waits for input. The input is always returned as a string even if the user enters the number. Typecasting functions like int or float can be used to convert the input string to the desired data type. And output. The print function displays output to the console. It can display text, variables, and expressions. Multiple values can be printed on the same line by separating them with commas. The sep and end parameters can customize the output format. Here we gave an example, name is equals to input enter your name. So it will be printed as enter your name, and we have to enter the name after the output is printed. And we gave age is equals to int input enter age. Here int means we can give only integer type values, otherwise it will throw an error. And the next slide is about Python operators. In Python programming, operators in general are used to perform operations on values and variables. These are standard symbols used for logical and arithmetic operations. Here we have arithmetic operator and then comparison operator, assignment operator, logical operators, bitwise operators, membership operators, and identity operators. Let us see in detail one by one operator. The first one is arithmetic operator. Here we have addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, modulus, exponentiation, and floor division. As we all know, all these arithmetic operators are already learned in the C language, that is addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, modulo, and exponentiation means just like A star star B means. Here we represent two stars in the middle, that is exponentiation. That is, if the value of A is 3 and the value of B is 2, then we have to do 3 square, that is the value will be 9. In the same case, floor division. The next operator is comparison operator. Here we have equals to, not equals to, greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to. We use this operator in the case of checking. If we give the values of A if we give the value for A is 5 and B is 3, then we should check whether both are equal. If they are equal, it will be show true. It will be show true, and if they are not equal, then it will show false. That means here we will get the answers as true or false. And the next one is logical operator. The logical operators are AND or NOT, that is logical AND, logical OR, logical NOT. Here we can see some examples. That is, for logical AND, we gave the code as A greater than 2 and A less than 10. If we give the value of A as 5, here we can see 5 is greater than 2 and 5 is less than 10. If both the condition satisfies, then only it will give true. If any of the condition is false, then we will get false. Similarly, in case of logical OR, any of the condition is true, then we will get true. Any one condition if true, then we will get true. In the logical NOT operator, we will get the complement of true or false. If the condition is true, then we will get false as output, and if the condition is false, then we will get true as output. And the next one is assignment operator. As we can see here, a equals to 5, we have equals to, plus equals to, minus equals to, multiplication equals to, division equals to, then modulo equals to, then we have exponential equals to, and we have double slash equals to. That means if a equals to 5, it is equals to operator, and if we give a plus equals to 3, we will read it as a equals to a plus 3. That is, the computer will take it as a equals to a plus 3. Since the value of a is 5, we will get the answer a equals to 8. Similarly, in the case of minus, star and slash, and also modulo, exponentiation and all, and these are assignment operators. The next one is membership and identity operators. These operators are not present in C, as we can see this in case of Python. The first one is membership operators. The membership operators are in and not in. If we give a particular string, the in and not in operators, that is membership operator, will check if the string is present in the particular list or not. If it is present in the list, then it is shown as true. If it is not present in the list, it is shown as false. For example, a in apple. Since the letter A is present in apple, it will give true. For example, the next one example is a not in apple. Since A is present in apple, it will show false. The next operator is identity operator. Identity operators are is and is not. Example is A is B. A is not B. The first example is A is B, and it will show false because A is not B. And in the second example, A is not B. It will show true since it is the correct answer. The next one is bitwise operators, and this is an advanced operator. We use AND, OR, XOR, NOT, left shift and right shift. These are the operators present in Python. Here are some practice examples, and let us know what are the outputs in the next class. Hope you all understood today's class, and stay tuned for our next class tomorrow. Thank you.